Hi everyone, this is Chandra with Devoted to Creations, and today we're going to do something pretty cool. And what we're going to do today is we're going to take this cool pack and play. Let's make sure you guys can see what we're doing. We're going to take this cool pack and play, and we are going to convert it into a cozy nook. And as you can see here, I've already got one of our little hoops up for our canopy. But real quick, let's just go over some of the things that you need. Now, with this project, we are going to be using 5 to 7 yards of fabric. Yes, that is a big gap, not very precise. This is going to be a project that you will want to customize to what you want to do for your little one. For me, I'm going to be making some additional pillows to go in the cozy nook. Just one, not really much. But I just wanted that extra fabric. So between 5 to 7 yards of fabric is pretty good. If you want to do additional pillows and skirting, I would say do 7 yards and you'll be pretty good. You will need, choose your set 5 to 7 yards of your little one's favorite, your favorite character. My nephew's favorite character is PJ Masks. He likes the characters from PJ Masks. And that's what we're going to be doing today. You will need, as you can see, obviously, pool noodles. Yeah. So if you can find them, if you have some hanging around, a lot of people have them hanging around. Some places still have them, like Dollar General, some Dollar Trees, they still have them. Some Walmarts, they still have them. So you can still find the pool noodles in varying sizes. I think they do come this size, and I think they may come a little bit longer. But what you'll also need, some handy dandy, good cutting, not dull scissors, and an exacto knife. We will also be using a hot glue gun. So here's what we're going to do. And I will go ahead and put all of the links, well, all of the materials needed in the description box. That way you'll kind of have something to go by. And what we'll also need, if we look inside our cozy nook, we have a foam little mattress. Now, what you'll be using for this, to make this, is of course your fabric, your hot glue gun, needle and thread, if you're not that good with the hot glue gun, and 1 to 2 inch thick foam padding. Now you can find this at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Walmart. I purchased mine from Walmart, so you can definitely find it there. This padding came from Walmart, and if you get the 1 inch padding, you will need to double it, but I will show pictures of the before. It's really crazy. They also sell it at Hobby Lobby, where it's actually just a roll, and any thickness that you would want. That way you would not have to cut, sew, or glue as I had to. Save a couple steps, sisters. Save a couple steps. So, I do know that Hobby Lobby has the foam padding in 1 inch, and they have it in 2 inches, and it's actually just a big roll, and you would just cut the length, that measure the length of your pack and play or your play yard, and then just cover it. So that will make it even easier for you. With the pool noodles, today I'm going to be showing you guys just how to do the pool noodles. I did search a lot of different videos on YouTube Unfortunately, I did not see how this step came about. So we're going to do this together. We're going to do this by trial and error. Trial and error. And let's see what happens. So the first thing you want to do is take your pool noodle and you're going to get your handy dandy scissors, and we are going to put cuts in it, just the length of our scissors. So that's about 2 to 2.5 inches in length. You're going to take it and cut on one side, then you're going to take and cut on the other. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Once you've done that, I'm going to show you. I'll just demonstrate real quick. If you can see that, I'm just going to take my scissors all the way up there and just cut. Then I'm going to roll it around, and directly across from that, I'm just going to cut. Now, one thing I will say, you want both of your ends to match, because if they don't match, then it's going to be difficult when you put it down. Okay, so you want both of your ends to kind of line up. So you'll want to take them and do them like that. You don't want to end up and waste your pool noodles like I did. Just a tip. Once you've done that, you are going to take your fabric, and as I said, this is not a exact. This is not going by dimensions, although I will go back in the description box and put the measurements of how wide it would be. Of course, that will vary based upon the pool noodle that you get. So there's that. Here, I have it already cut. I have covered it. And the only thing you're going to use to cover it is just a hot glue gun. And I will show you basically what you'll do. You're going to take your pool noodle. You're going to take your strip of fabric, which this is roughly 6-7 inches wide. You're going to wrap it around. Now, I did mine on the ends. Let's see this. The pool noodles will be quite stubborn, so keep that in mind when you're dealing with them. I do fold the edge over. I glue that edge down. Once I've done that, this end is glued. I take it around, and I just take it around my pool noodle, and I wrap it. And as I wrap, I just glue, which will give me, now mind you, don't glue the fabric to the actual pool noodle, because you will want to be able to slide it up, slide it down, slide it back, once you get the pool noodle onto the playpen. So it will look, you'll do it just like that, and you will glue your ends. Let me get you in front of the camera. And you glue your ends to the actual fabric. So once you're finished, you're going to do both ends the same way. So the way that I folded this over, let me see if I can get that in focus. The way I folded this over, I put my glue on this side, my hot glue on this side, or you can use stitchery. That works perfectly fine as well. If you want something that's a little bit simpler, hot glue is the way to go. But stitchery works too. Sewing, it works too. You will make your seam and get it as even as possible. If you want to press it to make sure that your seam is straight, you can do that also, but you can eyeball it. I eyeballed it, so giving that disclaimer. And you will do both ends, so you'll do your top and your bottom, just like that. And what you'll do is you're going to cut your fabric to be about 1.5 inches from the end of the pool noodle on either side. Once you're finished, you will end up with maybe I can bring y'all in just a tad so that you can see. Sorry, guys. And just want to quickly say thank you so much for viewing. This is my first tutorial video, so I definitely appreciate those that are viewing this. And thank you and welcome. If you are new here, please hit the like and subscribe button. It definitely helps out the channel. I am relatively new here and not new to YouTube, but new as a content creator. So, you know, definitely that helps, and I definitely will be bringing more videos of tutorials and different things that I'm doing, just a myriad of things that we'll be doing here on the channel. And definitely subscribe because I would love to have you as part of my family. So here, once you've got your slits done, and I'm hoping y'all can see this, let me I can get the camera right, everybody. Bear with me. Technical difficulties. Okay, so once you have that done, you're going to make sure that it's aligned just as it needs to be. And as I said, you'll want to be able to slide that little fabric up. You're going to take the pool noodle and stick it right on the sides. And as you can see, it's going to make what you'll have, which is an archway, which will allow your canopy to go over it. Now, I do say that you will need at least 2 pool noodles. If you want added stability, then you can add a 3rd one right in the middle, and it'll be just like a kind of a high tunnel, if you will. So once you've done that, we're going to take our exacto knife, and you're just going to take and put a hole in your pool noodle. And I will show you how I do that. I'm just going to take my exacto knife and I'm just going to work a hole in it like that. Nothing heavy. Then I'm going to go on the opposite side and work another hole. Be careful with the exacto knife. They are sharp. So you will have one hole on one side and another hole on the other side. One of the additional materials that we will need for this, which is very important, we will need zip ties. Now, I have seen some people do this with PVC pipe. If you are skilled with PVC pipe, that is an alternative to this. If not, or if you don't have the ability to get your hands on PVC pipe or get someone to cut it and adjust it for you, this is a wonderful alternative to that, and it will be sturdy. So we're going to take that, and if I don't fall over first. Okay. So we're going to take this, and it's going to go right here. I'm going to slide back some. You guys can see. And you're going to take this and put it right on the side there. Now with your exacto knife, and maybe bring y'all with me. Okay. Hopefully, I think we'll be able to see this. You guys will be able to see it. Okay. That's a little better, maybe. Here, the side, if you can see that, right here in the side, I'm going to take my exacto knife, and I'm just going to take and put a hole right here. And I'm going to take it all the way to the other side, as you can see. And I'm just going to go down. Always, always, always make sure to put the top back on your exacto knife, especially if you have young children around. You definitely want to. Now, you're going to take your zip tie and you're going to take it and put it right through the hole that you just made in your pool noodle. Then you're going to take it, find a little hole that you put on the other side of your pool noodle, if we can find it. Let's take a look here. See if I can get that in there. Okay. And you're going to want it to go through like that. Now, I'm going to take my pool noodle. I'm going to pull it down. And as you can see, I have a piece on this side. I hope y'all can see. Can you see? Okay, that's better. You're going to take it, and then whichever way the side of the pool noodle goes, it's definitely not going to matter. You're going to want to take your end and put it through. The main thing that you want is to make sure that it's on the bar. It has to be on the bar. And then you're just going to seal your pool noodle and zip it as tight as you can. Now, we will be going back and doing an additional zip tie just to secure it to there so there's no moving or shifting. But this will be a good anchor. Now, you have the option to line these. You do not have to line them. If you want to cut down on the cost of fabric and the amount of fabric, you definitely can opt to not line them. For a more cleaner look and a more sealed off look, something that looks a little bit more sleek, I chose to line the pool noodles to make sure that that was covered so you don't see, and hey, there's a pool noodle. So that's an option. You don't have to. It's just a personal preference. So just want to throw that out there. I'm just going to turn this around. And then we're going to do the same thing on this other side with our zip tie. So here we have a pool noodle. You put your holes on either side of your pool noodle. And then we're just going to do the same thing. Put your hole inside the, around the actual hole of the play yard. And then you're good. Okay. Okay. So now I'm going to take and put my zip tie back through. And which way you decide to go through is totally up to you. But you definitely are going to want to put multiple, at least 2 zip ties on either side. Now this set here, it can require 2 people, but you can make it with just 1. This one I'm just going to do a little bit differently. I'm going to kind of take this one to the side And just straighten it like that. Now for the sections here, now you can take 2 of the zip ties, and I'm going to show you that in just a moment. I'm going to take 2 zip ties. For this one, I'm just going to take my excess and kind of wrap it back around here. And we're going to take it. So once you've connected it, you will end up with a section. We'll get that right in here. You guys can see it. You'll end up with a section that looks something sort of like this. Now don't worry about how it looks. It looks crazy right now. We're going to go back and we are actually going to cover all of these pieces here to where you don't see that. Now, as I said, you do have the option just to have the 2 bars. And as you can see, you know, with one little zip tie, it's not that sturdy. So you're definitely going to want 2 zip ties for either side. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8. So you'll need a total of 8 zip ties to connect it with just 2 of the pool noodles as canopy anchors. Or, yeah, canopy anchors. And if you're going to do the third one, then you will need to add 4 more. 2 for each side. So there's that. Oh, wow. Let me do it. Let's see. I got to put the cover on this side over here. And then that's on the inside. I don't know how I forgot that boy pillow, but it's the skirt here. I kind of did a little pin to it a little bit. And then, see this thing, it's not big enough to go over it. It's too tight. And then I did the little skirting around here. I gotta do the skirting on the back, and that's it. And everything is anchored down real heavy, and that's it.
Life goes up and it goes down. I know my mom taught me that. I figured why we fool around so little, and we keep track of time, being so serious, idiots, thinking it will matter, keep me company downtown before the clock runs out. Sun is shining, but the rain is welcome too.